tried to sleep with his wife, his nose burned hot. It's usually translated, his anger burned. It's describing how your body, especially your face, gets hot when you're filled with anger. And so in Hebrew, the main words for anger are either nose or heat or hot nose. This is why a patient person is called long of nose. It takes a long time for their nose to get hot. Like in the biblical proverb, a person's wisdom is their long nose. That is, their slow anger. Now, in the Bible, God gets angry numerous times, but God doesn't have a nose or get hot. These are metaphors, using our experience of hot anger to describe how God feels when he witnesses human evil. Just like you would get angry if you saw a child being bullied on the playground, so God gets angry when humans oppress each other and ruin his world. In the Bible, God's anger is an expression of his justice and his love for the world. But he's slow to anger, which means he gives people lots of time to change. Like in the story of the Exodus, when Pharaoh enslaves the Israelites and has their baby boys thrown into the waters. God sends Moses to confront Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's given 10 chances to let Israel go free, but after the 10th refusal, Pharaoh rides out with his chariots to destroy the Israelites, and so God destroys him in the waters. Pharaoh's own evil is turned back upon him, and we read that this is an act of God's hot anger. Now, that's really intense, but think about it. God wouldn't be good if he didn't get angry at Pharaoh's evil and eventually do something about it. And notice that God's anger is expressed by handing Pharaoh over to the consequences of his own decisions. And this is actually how God's anger is shown throughout the scriptures, like in the story of the Israelites. Over and over again, for hundreds of years, they betray the God who rescued them from slavery. And though he gives them many chances to turn around, they keep giving their allegiance to the gods of other nations. And each time we read that the hot anger of God burned against the Israelites. But notice what always follows. God gave them over into the hands of their enemies. Israel wanted to serve the gods of other nations, and so God, in his just anger, gives them what they want, as those nations circle back and defeat Israel. This is similar to what the Apostle Paul says in his letter to the Romans. He says God's anger is being revealed against human evil, and then 3 times he says what that looks like. God hands people over to their destructive desires and decisions, even if it leads to death. But Paul also says God is patient, giving people time to come to their senses and change. Because remember, God's anger is a response to human evil, and it's based on a deeper character trait, his compassion and his loyal love. God is not content to let people sit in their own self-destruction. In the Bible, God's on a mission to rescue. This is why Jesus said that he was going to Jerusalem to die, as a demonstration of God's love for his enemies. He would stand in the place of his people who were choosing self-destruction and take the consequences of their decisions upon himself. In Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, we see God's anger at evil and his love for people working together to provide forgiveness and life for a humanity lost in self-ruin. So God's anger in the Bible is really important, but it's not the end of the story. When God is angry and brings justice, it's because he's good. And he's extremely patient, working out his plan to restore people to his love. And that's what it means to say that God is slow to anger.
So, I like to open with these different themes that the Bible Project touches on because all of us can relate to such things. It's not a mystery. There are a few things that Koreans are known for. That is their very difficult beauty standards, K-pop, K-drama, and their rage. There are articles upon articles about how the Korean people have a problem with emotional support and development. It's very easy for us as a whole to high-five each other for going off about whatever it is that someone set us off about. And my sister and I, and my full sister and I, we wanted to challenge that because Our mother is the pinnacle of a rageful person. Now, there's a common misconception about people who turn to spirituality that they will be completely different. While inside we want to do what's right, on the outside it might not always come through. And hi Raya, it's nice to see you. I wanted to talk about this because this is something that I myself have issue with. It's easy for me to get angry, especially when it comes to anything that seems to be self-destructive, whether it's from my friends or my family. And Raya, I hope that you're well. I appreciate you for coming through. And so I wanted to talk about Simon Peter. Simon Peter was one of the first apostles of Jesus Christ, and he had a problem with challenging his anger. He was so passionate about whatever it was that he did. Couldn't wait to come to the defense of those that he loves, especially Jesus. He's known for even cutting off the ear of a soldier of the Sanhedrin that came to take Jesus away, to which Jesus told him to put his sword away. Whoever lives by the sword dies by the sword, and then proceeds to restore the ear that was cut off onto the soldier. But Christ told him, "You will be the rock of my church." And I find this similar pattern in the Old Testament with Exodus, that Aaron, Moses' brother, was the one who prompted the Jews to give him all their gold, and he created that golden calf, to which the descendants of Aaron, God proclaimed, would be his high priests. And I realized the intention behind making people passionate about spirituality who struggle with it themselves, who struggle with challenging their own emotions, their own outbursts, their own addictions. And I believe it's because it gives us a greater heart for people who are struggling. So I'm going to dive into what's called the book of Matthew. And there are bits of it. We're going to start there, but we're going to look into the life of Simon Peter just briefly. And then let me do, we're not Tara. There we go. So this scene is Jesus walking on water. It's a really powerful scene that stands out to a lot of us in different ways. But the main way is when we lose focus of who is there to help, then we begin to sink, when we believe that the storms are going to overtake us. So this occurred after Jesus had fed the multitude, and also when John the Baptist was executed. After he was executed, Jesus wanted to seclude himself for a bit. That was also his relative, and John meant a lot to him. But after he was ready to engage with the multitude, this is where we get to him walking on the water. When it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, "This is a deserted place, and the hour is already late. Send the multitudes away, that they may go to the villages and buy themselves food." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." And they said to him, "We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fish." He said, "Bring them here to me." Then he commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass. And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke and gave the loaves to the disciples, and the disciples gave to the multitudes. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men, so multitudes means thousands. And in this case, they say 5. Besides women and children. Immediately, Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side. So the disciples are hopping onto a boat, and Jesus is saying, "I'm going to go meet you on the other side of it," in the Sea of Galilee. And when he set up the multitudes away, he went up to the mountain by himself to pray. Now when evening came, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. So we have a little bit of turbulence out on sea. Now in the 4th watch of the night, Jesus went to him, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It's a ghost." And they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him. So remember, this is Simon Peter, the most, arguably the most passionate of them all. Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." So he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down off the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when he got onto the boat, the wind ceased. Then those who were with him came, worshipped him, says, "Truly, you are the Son of God." When they had crossed over, they came to the land, and apologies for the pronunciation, Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized him, they set out into all the surrounding region, brought to him all who were sick, and begged him that they might touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched it were perfectly well. Okay, so from the perspective of Simon Peter, and again, that was Matthew chapter 14, verse 16 through 36. He saw Jesus on the water. And in those times, whomever your rabbi was, whomever you were gaining spiritual tutelage from, you are supposed to copy. You're supposed to imitate. So if their rabbi, Jesus, could do so, so could we. So that's why Peter immediately believed that he could. And as he kept his eyes on Christ, was he able to walk on the water. But when he started to notice the storms around him, that's when he faltered. And this goes hand in hand with the sort of people that we do take any kind of feedback from. And I understand, again, that I can be quite harsh. And that is something that I need to work on, to remember that whatever storms someone is going through, whatever doubts that they have, to remember the times that I have, even if I've pushed through it. And when I realize that there are some storms that I have not yet learned to see through, that there is still so much for us to learn. As we help one another, we're all learning at the same time, both the teacher and the student. Now, from the perspective of Simon Peter, they say that one of the biggest power moves from Jesus Christ is that when someone goes, "Hi, my name is Peter," he's like, "I will call you Simon." Now, the first time I saw him, he called out the most bizarre thing to me. "I can show you how to fish for people." It was out in a boat with my brother, just off the shore of the Sea of Galilee. Andrew, that's his brother, and I were dragging our nets through the water like we did every day, when a stranger called out from the beach. My brother and I looked at each other. Fish for people. Did we hear that right? We stared at the man for a moment. He didn't look too crazy. The man waved his arms, practically bouncing with excitement, like he couldn't wait to show us something. Fishing suddenly seemed boring. Andrew and I waded ashore, dropped our nets, and introduced ourselves. "My name's Jesus," he said, with an impossibly cheerful grin. "You don't look like a fisherman," I said, hoping he'd explain his strange comments. "I'm a carpenter," Jesus said. "Well, was. I've got a new job now. I'm on a mission to save the world, and I could use a few guys to help me. You with me?" Turned out that fishing for people was one of the least outlandish things Jesus had to say. Soon there were 12 of us, and we followed Jesus everywhere. He was bold, even fiery in the way he talked. He told stories that left us thinking for days. He opened our minds to truths that left us speechless. And then there were the miracles. Jesus did things you can't even imagine. He healed people, curing dreadful diseases. He straightened deformed legs, gave sight to blind eyes, and even made the dead breathe again. Wow. His love for people was electric. He made every man, woman, and child he met feel special. Folks couldn't help smiling, no beaming, when Jesus was around. He started to understand what it meant by fish for people. He had us all hooked. I wanted to be more like him. And one night I got my chance. It'd been a big day. Somehow Jesus fed thousands of people, just a few loaves of bread and a couple of fish. As the crowd headed home, he set the 12 of us on a boat to the far side of the lake, while he hiked up the hills for some time alone. But we didn't make it to the other shore. I thought it a nice quiet boat ride would be a perfect chance to rest after such an exhausting afternoon, but it wasn't long before the wind picked up and the weather turned nasty. It was as if the sky and lake were battling over who would make our boat sink first. Sometime after midnight, we saw something, or someone, out on the water. A ghost? At least that's what we thought, until it spoke. "It's me," called the familiar voice. "Don't be scared." It was Jesus, walking on the water. Not swimming, not floating, walking on the roiling surface of the lake. I gripped the edge of the boat, eager to jump in myself. "Jesus, is that really you?" I shouted. Jesus waved me over. "Come here and find out." I didn't hesitate. I jumped over the side and landed on top of the water. I stretched out my arms to keep my balance as waves swayed beneath me. One slow, easy step, then another, and then another. I was doing it. But the questions flooded in my head. How is this possible? What if this is a trick? Is this really happening? Is Jesus for real? What if I'm wrong? What if I drown? I sank like a rock. "Jesus, help," I cried. I felt Jesus' strong hand grab my arm and pull me up. "Peter, what happened to your faith?" Jesus said. "You could have drowned in your doubts." I stared at Jesus. It wasn't a hint of uncertainty in his face. This man could do extraordinary things. And the most remarkable thing was that he never let me down. Fisher of men, indeed. Now, this goes back, and look, whenever I read from this book, this is inspired by scripture. I encourage that you go back into it to confirm, what it is that we're saying. They change up a bit just so it adds to the story, but there is something very profound about the relationship between Peter and Christ, that Peter is constantly doubting. Look, they have Jesus face to face. They're watching him do all these things, all these miracles, and they still have a hard time believing that any of this is true. And Jesus understood that of them. Just would continue to say, "Do you still have such little faith?" But would be as patient as possible with them. There were times that he had gotten angry. And that's important too, to remember that anger is a normal response for those of us who just have a hard time understanding why people do what it is that they do. But I wanted to hop now to end this segment with Romans chapter 7. So Romans was written by the Apostle Paul, and Paul did not actually spend time with the 12. He was a Pharisee who was under the tutelage of Rabbi Gamaliel, who was a sought-after rabbi at the time. He called himself the Hebrew of Hebrews, but he also had a Roman citizenship. The equivalent today would be an American citizenship, because those were that was the empire in charge of a lot of the world. And he was designated as the vessel for those of us who are not Hebrew. We're known as Gentiles, anyone who's non-Hebrew. He was to be the vessel for us to know who Jesus was, he is the perfect choice, because as a Pharisee, you are required to follow law to the T. But something was missing there, and that was mercy and love. Paul, broke up the church, the early church. He persecuted many Christians, tore their families apart, men, women, and children, on his way to the city of Damascus to continue, because he heard that there were additional followers of Christ in Damascus. So on his way, he's stopped by a flash of light, to which he says is Jesus. And Jesus asks him, "Saul, why do you persecute me?" So this is before he was called Paul. His name was Saul. Saul becomes blind, and he's able to reach Damascus, but he still remains blind until another prophet or another follower of God comes to heal him. But from then on, he becomes one of the most zealous followers of Christ. So this is what he says, and I really appreciate it, because I read it from time to time when I feel like I'm not doing right. "For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do. This I keep on doing. Now if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is the sin living in me that does it. So I find this law at work. Although I want to do good, evil is right there with me. For my inner being I delight in God's law, But I see another law at work in me, waging war against the law of my mind, and making me a prisoner of the law of sin at work within me. What a wretched man I am! Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Thanks be to God who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, I, myself, in my mind, am a slave to God's law, but my sinful nature is slave to the law of sin. So again, I have to reiterate, for those of us who want to do good, but still find it so hard to do good, who want to make good decisions, who don't want to be as rageful as I am, who don't want to give in to the temptations of anything that harms our bodies, smoking, drinking. When we don't want to do it, it's no longer us, because our spirit knows what's right. But somehow it's just difficult. And in these ways, God totally understands. When Peter, right next to Jesus Christ, cuts off the ear of the soldier that's about to arrest him, it almost blows my mind for how long he's been with Jesus, that we can't hurt one another, but he actually cuts off someone's ear. Jesus chastises him and then repairs the ear, and then we're on our way. So again, keep all these things in mind, that when it comes to judging one another with what it is that we should be working on, if the intention is there and we're willing to listen to each other's methods, good. But as long as the intention is there first, that's what matters most. When it comes to my children, my daughter especially, so she was having some trouble with school, and so her grades weren't doing so hot. She's doing much better, but there was a test that she wanted to prepare for. She missed the time for the test. She thought it was on a different day and was surprised with it earlier than she expected. But she felt so bad about it, to which I had to tell her, look, you wanted to study for it, and we're still in middle school. Make time to make these mistakes now. Try not to in high school, but as long as you wanted to, that's what matters. Now, if she didn't care at all, we got some problems, and now I got to talk about it. But otherwise, in these ways, we have to be kind to each other with the mistakes that we make, kind to ourselves. We can live in a state of guilt for a long time. And I wanted to share also the levels of consciousness I talked about before, okay? When we're in a state of guilt or shame, it is not a bad thing, because it causes you to think of what you could have done better. If we choose to remain in that state and not try to improve whatever behaviors we have to get us out of that state of mind, then we got some problems here. Okay? And then that's when the mom in me may or may not give my unsolicited advice. But that's something I need to work on, not giving unsolicited advice. Only when people come to us and they see that we have any sort of solutions do we give it. But when I said before that if we ever live in a state of guilt or shame, that's wrong, not true. These are feelings that get us to change. And we're going to keep falling back down. We're going to feel God's presence, fall back down, come back up again. But the thing about it is that we grow, we learn how to get up to that state of feeling just that presence, that joy, that peace each time. But if there was any one of us who was perfect, there would be no need for someone like Jesus Christ. No. From here, I jump now into React Native. Okay, so React Native is one of the most popular bits of. It's a programming language that's based in React, and it's made for mobile development. We're going to see if we can actually create an app quickly using EAS. So EAS, let's just hop into EAS. I'm going to show you all a little bit. For all those of y'all who haven't, EAS dashboard. Expo application services. So this is what we use to compile Android or iOS apps, and you can deploy it quickly. Expo is it's a resource that provides all sorts of libraries for React Native. And let me make sure I don't have. Let's just go look in the docs first, but I'm going to on the side make a little profile because I had one with my previous job. As far as installation is concerned, very easy. All you have to do is install Expo. You log in via the terminal. Expo Go is the package that we can either expose or not. So we say either exposed or managed. Do we want Expo Go to manage the libraries that we have? Because if we allow that to happen, we run less risk of having outdated packages. A lot of times apps that are outdated is because of the packages within that aren't supported by Android or iOS. So if we want to expose the packages, thus we call Expo exposed, not maintain or managed, we take it upon ourselves to manage ourselves. Oh my gosh, I appreciate Punch Drinker, appreciate the recent follow. How do we know each other? Yeah, that just, look, there's a lot that I gotta work on, and I just, when I hype into the Bible and it challenges the things inside of me that I probably wouldn't otherwise listen to if it came from anyone else, I just want to share those things. How do we know each other? I appreciate you. So let me go ahead and let me just I'm gonna make a login first, okay? So I'm gonna grab this, hop that on the side. I have like a little dev Google account that I use called Jackie Jack. Okay, and besides giving my email, it really shouldn't be, I think I could just log in through GitHub. Can I? That'd be cool if I could. If not. Alright, we'll just sign up, okay? So my E's is Jackie. Jack. Let me make sure. I think I have like something silly. It's 987654. Yeah, okay. Jackie. No, it's Jack. Jackie. Jackie. 987654 at gmail.com. Oh my goodness. COM. And we'll just use the same username. Jackie. 987654. So that we don't forget. Suggest strong password, yes. And then sign up. Password manager. Should take care of that. Okay. So create project. We created the account. Let's create a project. So you'll see the projects on the side of your dashboard. Okay, let's see, what should we call it? Human readable name for your Expo project. Can be anything. This is just what we're going to put into our config file for the React Native project. I want to think of something thoughtful. And make time too. Whenever you're naming variables or creating projects names, take a moment to think about it if it'd be self-explanatory. We'll just do React Native tutorial. No. React Native EAS. There you go. Okay. We probably shouldn't do tutorial because I do want to use this to show to any potential employers. React Native. We'll just redo React Native EAS. And they'll call it demo. Create. All right, it tells you everything that you need to do. So let's go up into terminal. Oop. Okay, and we're gonna oh my gosh. And let me see what's in here. Let's make a new directory, and we're gonna make that a little bit better. mkdir, so let's make directory, React Native. Okay, and you're just gonna go ahead. And actually, I'm going to put this on the side. So npm install. So this is, I don't think I have the EAS CLI. CLI stands for command line interface. CLI meaning, yeah, command line interface. So this is the command line interface. Interface is what you see. So, and you see these double ampersand, means right after this command, execute this next command. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab all of that. So before I press enter, npm install global. This is for my entire system, for my machine, not just for this one folder that I'm in. And actually, let me remove that because I'm not even in the React Native code that, or the directory. So we're going to cd into React Native. Okay. Now we'll do. But we'll just do one at a time then, okay? So you all can see. So we're going to install this package globally. So that's the EAS command line interface. So whatever new projects we create, we don't have to do this over again because no matter what, it is a package that all can access. That's what global means. But if I didn't have the global tag, this npm package would only be within the folder that I'm in now. Okay. So npx create expo. So I already have npx. This is how we create new React applications. My gosh, happiness. Love you, you're so sweet. Please, you just relax. You relax your sweet self. I don't want to call it that. Wait, no. Oh yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Okay to proceed. So it should set up everything for us. That'd be cool. That would be great. So what it's doing now is it's downloading all of the libraries that it needs to run within EAS. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, project is ready. Now we're going to cd into the new project that was created. Okay, and I'll show you. This is React Native EAS demo. So that's what we just made using npx, create expo app. Okay. cd into there. It says it's on master, so it's already get ready. Get meaning that's the version control. Now EAS init means initialize. And this ID is the same ID that was created when we created this project here. So it should set everything up for us. Ah, yes. And then now you put in your Jackie 97654 at gmail.com. So this note, we have to log in here. You should only do this. It should keep you logged in for a long time. I don't remember ever having to re-log in after a few months of using this. I forgot my password. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. Let me go grab it. Because it was a suggested password. I'm going to go into settings. This is me going getting my password. Beep, beep, beep. Password manager expo. I'm gonna copy that. Put it there. Perfect. So now it's linked. So actually we're gonna go ahead and open it up. We'll look at the contents. So we have an app.json that was already created for us. And this should have linked to the project that we had set up in Expo. Okay, so great. So this is my account info. This is the project ID. You can add this manually. You don't have to. So that's why I appreciate that they have the EAS initialize. So let's just go ahead and try to run this. It might be a little janky. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have done it in TypeScript. We'll do that later. So I'm just gonna go ahead and launch this. And if you go into the there's no readme. Oh, look at that. So we're gonna go back here. Okay. Hi, Miss Indava. Nice to see you. Okay, so let's see if we can deploy anything from the get. Mister, how are you? What are you doing? What are you doing besides sitting with me? So let's see. So we'll do npm run Android. I don't have, I'm not using a Mac, I'm using PC, so we can only do Android now. You just woke up. Did you have sweet dreams? Did you have sweet dreams? Okay, we're opening the emulator. Good. Oh, shut up. You shut up your face. Go back to sleep. You're cranky. Go. So Metro Bundler compiles everything. It should also, as you save code and go, it should update on its own. I'm glad this is working. Oh my goodness. It wasn't before. It was so annoying. It was trying to tell me that I had something. What was it? There was some, like, can't remember exactly what it was, but it was really annoying. It's like WN something. Red and green shells. You watched Super Mario Bros. How was that? Hello. It's still loading. How was it? Was it worth watching? Yeah, there was some kind of Linux. Oh, I'm trying to. Anyways, you all shouldn't have to deal with that, and if you do, then well, I'll ask Papa Berg about it. You did. That's good to know. I'm happy to hear that. Actually, so this is a separate terminal that's with Metro. That's bundling. I see a lot happening though. Let's see if we can run web though. npm run web. So we're gonna get into AD React Native, and then React. There's only one. You can run multiple. Yes. Trying to use web support. Oh, required dependencies. We need Webpack. That's okay. So it'll tell you what you need. Well, because we haven't made time for it yet. But I want to. Ben thinks that we should just wait until it comes out on stream. It's just, yeah. Should be good. Hi, Catherine! It's nice to see you! You pirated? No! Leggy, hi! Catherine, how you been? You bad, mister. Don't say that stuff out loud, you're gonna be a target. You see those little, like, pirating PSAs? You're gonna get us all in trouble. That's funny, so you didn't actually go to the theater to watch it. Of course, Catherine, of course. I appreciate you. How have you been? What have you been doing? Have you seen the new Super Mario Bros? Alright, alright. Alright, mister, if you're gonna be okay. I'm just saying, you be careful. Yay! Yeah, so I don't know why the Metro Bundler's not working for the... Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, it works. I'm cutting in and out. Free. You're not cheap. Uh-huh. So you mean you mean you pay for it? You pay for the service. Is that what you're saying? So I am actually I'm just showing how to deploy an application quickly. Just for Android for now because I'm not working on iOS. I have one, it's just really slow. I ain't trying to do all that. But let's see too if we were able to. Web is waiting, so let's go on to this here, this little linkies. Yucky program, it's not yucky. I didn't even program anything so far. It's all setting up, you know, which is the process that I don't enjoy at all. Yay, so it works. Okay, so we'll put that on the side here, and let's code. Now we'll code a bit, okay? Let me see. Super yucky, so silly. Let me see. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if it updates on its own. That'd be cool if it did. So that's that hot refresh, that live reload. OpenFJ start working on Yo Mama. Save. Yay! So it does hot reload. So there's the big differences between React, well, not big, but the differences that I have seen so far, at least from the front end point of view for React Native versus React, is just we use Vue, and it's not very, as far as like having a parent element that's a div. We use Vue instead. No problem. Oh, Leggy, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, Kefren, and it's nice to see you, BMF. Welcome back. What are you doing rooting in Android? What are you doing rooting in Android? What do you mean? Rooting for Android? Well, I'm not using iOS, so I won't be able to develop for iOS. It should work on both. But yeah, I hope that you feel better. No. So you know what I do actually, Kefren? Whenever I do a braid, I'll spread it out to make it look like it's fuller than it actually is. Because otherwise it'd be just like this little skinny mini. It'll look like it skipped leg day, like Mister, all the time. But yeah, it's all an illusion, That's women's style. It's all an illusion. What should we add? We should add. I do a poofit. A Piffy poofit. Let's go grab some little libraries. Let's explore a bit. So Expo, you just go into the Expo dashboard, and they have what's called snacks. And the snacks is all the different things you can throw into it. Try Expo Brad to show you. It's a bit of a security snack. So this is all these little demo things. Actually, let's go back into the docs, but you don't leg day all the time. Yeah, right. You don't. No, you don't. Let me see. Tools. Because we're not going to pay for anything, okay? I don't want to pay for shit. It is my intention, actually, to throw our tarot, the tarot thing that we made onto iOS. Because actually, they think that'd be a really great... Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna get into... I have it here. Where are you? Yeah, we're going to throw our tarot cards into this. That will be fun. That'll be challenging too, because then it'll force me to make sure it's mobile friendly. Tech and tarot. Heck yeah. So, let me see. Where was it? It was... I remember I had forgotten what the name of the project was. So it is definitely... It could be React cards. So we'll CD into React cards. And for those of you who hadn't seen it, nope, it's not that one. We're going to CD into React, and what's in here? It might be CD type, script, cards. Again, that could be it. And then we're going to check out the branch. Get branch, all, so I can see 2 dashes. This is it. So we're going to open this up. Well, first we're going to check out, not main. More cards, test cards. We're just gonna run this. Forgot how to run it. npm start. Go! You did! Good, good, good. People for the ethical treatment of animals. Okay, so this is it. So let me open this up. Yeah, a lot of my really good friends work for PETA. Christina used to, she did a lot of time with PETA. So you hover over these cards, okay, and little things will pop up on the back of them. It's randomized each time. So Christina, she is actually working now for a company that confirms whether or not other companies are sustainable. So they try to get that stamp of approval that we care about the environment, so they can post it all over their social media and on their products. And so that's what she works for now. And one of the main struggles that she has with them is companies trying to, I suppose, bribe their way into certifications. And if it's not sustainable, well, they have to make a choice to decline them and tell them what they need to do to get that stamp of approval. Hello, my faith. Yeah. So it's nice to see you, my love. Yes. So she deals with that. People trying to just pay a little extra money to get that stamp. But I am going to throw this, because I've been wanting to anyway, this code into the mobile app. Okay, so we're just gonna copy and paste some of the folders because there's a lot of assets. Samurai Faith, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's now what time is it for you? It's almost like 2 a.m. It is 2 a.m. Okay, so let's go. We'll have 2 of these folders up. Now remember, it's a little bit different. A little bit different from React Native and React are just a little bit different, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so go into projects. Open projects here. Living the DGen life. Oh my gosh. I go back to sleep. What time does work start, mister? And it was React. TypeScript cards again. And then let's go into React Native. The one demo we got. DGens are loners too. It's true. I guess. Loners are just loners. But you're not a loner. Aww. You're not a loner, mister. Okay. So let's look at the structure here. And how we can put that in without breaking everything. Because everything will break. Yeah, why are you talking about loner? You have your magic cards. What makes you bring up loner? You're silly. Makes us 2 DGens. It's true. A DGen life is nice. So let's see. Let's think about this. So for all of these files, and this is on TypeScript also. Hi, Mighty Lion. It's nice to see you. Yeah, we're gonna have to recreate this React Native EAS demo in TypeScript. Okay, and that's okay. Let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna shut this one down. Get out of this. We're gonna copy over though we're gonna initialize this to still be able to deploy to the same Expo project that we set up. And I think that it's just one more command that has TypeScript in it. Create Expo app, React Native ES demo, and then let's call it. We'll do Hero demo. That is not a negative. Mere feral cats. Mister, are you just being random? To me. It's nice to see you, Mighty Lion. I'm well, thank you. How are you? What are you? Why are you? Let me double check. TypeScript React Native CLI. What do we? I think that Expo has it. Expo. Hi, Gat. How are you? How is everything? We'll go to the docs. What have you been doing? I'm thinking. We'll do TypeScript. Using TypeScript. About to have to work. Series S, what does that mean? What does Series S mean? Expo. Okay, so -T is what we need. -T mean. Oh. You don't know why you are. I'm glad to hear that you're great. Mister, do you have an Xbox? Are you an Xbox type of person? So right in between there, we're gonna do a -T. Okay, that should make it TypeScript friendly. Go. No? Ooh, good for you. What is your app name? Native. The actual app name is... What did I call it? EAS. Demo. That's the actual app name. Okay. Hey. We're gonna go ahead and delete, actually, close this out because we have to delete that folder. So I don't want to get it confused with the name of the project. Super Nintendo, PS1, PS2. That does make you super cool. What? Top of what line? Top of my line? Top of the line. Yeah, looks like you try to spell the... Ah, yes. But well, Cat, well. What about you? What have you been doing? See, this is using it, so you gotta close that too. Right, actually, go back, CD back out. Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah. And whenever something else is using whatever project you have open, it's hard to close it. Try again. PS4, it couldn't be considered retro. That's messed up. Why are they messing with us? Oh my goodness. What else could be using it? This is using it, that's why. You're using it too. Delete. No. Could just rename it, but I want to delete it because I don't need it. 3 to 11. Gaming at midnight. It's cool. So today, Zelda is out. The newest Zelda. Yes! Yeah, that was what the issue was. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's go try again. Okay, so we're in the TypeScript version. Training on the fork. Best job at the factory. So you're driving around. You're going, get out of my way, beep beep. React. Native. Pretending that you're in LA. Beep beep. Yes. Demo. What? NPM package not found. What does that mean? There. There we go. Several examples, tabs. I don't know if we need that. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'll let husband play first because I've been such a... When the first one came out, I just kind of took it from him. So no. He gonna play. React. Yo, React. Native. Yes. Demo. Fork Truck Simulator would be so fun. Any kind of simulator is so fun because it's just chill. Yeah, that should work. Jeez. I think my hat's on too tight to my hands, but... Sleeping simulator. What would a sleeping simulator look like? And is that real? Do they have such a thing? Your friend used to say heavens, yeah. I haven't seen him stream in a bit though. Okay, that worked. Wow, wow, wow. Let's make sure that it has everything that we need. CD React. Okay, I'm gonna code, open it up. Let's look at its contents. Perfect. Now we can transfer things over. Oh, and app.json. Let me see. Okay, so we need to connect it actually to the dashboard. EAS init ID, and that's the ID of the project that we made in the dashboard. So that should work. Perfect. And now we see the project ID here, that I'm the owner. This is the project name and the slug. Sleep in the game. And it's so boring, it causes you to sleep. You're so silly. I don't know that. I don't know the druid. Are these all just PC slash Xbox games? Go, go, go. Bye, Gat. It was nice to see you. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Okay. All right. So now from here we can make a little better decisions. Okay, so for the app, and we have the test, index and test. I think we could just copy these over. We're just gonna copy them over. Oop. Yes. Yes, indeed. Now for the assets, we're gonna have to change a little bit. They already have an assets folder. Oh, I'm glad to see you too, Gat. Have a great rest of your day. Great rest of your day. Now for these, we're just gonna copy this one over too. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna change some paths. That's all. Hopefully it compiles though. Okay. And if it doesn't, we're just gonna have to work through it. the index and the index TSX. App, and then app TSX. So we'll save that for later. Magic cards. They look so real. Gonna join the fake side. Oh. Well, you can't get in trouble, right? No one gets in trouble for it. Okay. So now we have those copied over. Let's see if it compiles. Okay. npm run android. Both. So Catherine, I'm in between jobs right now, and instead of just hopping into something new, I want to make something on my own. Kind of sick of just making money for people when I haven't really made time to do anything that I want to do, and so really taking my time with it. Whatever, mister. Shut up. It's not yucky. It's great. I love it. I love it. It's mine. You know? It's my code. Connect. Connection you make is target machine actively refuses. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What a mess. They're on this. Yeah, they do. It's true. Okay, so let's see what's going on. All right. Let's try npm run web. If it runs in the web, it might be okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and install those packages. Let's grab it from here. I'm the problem. I started off the stream talking about how I'm the problem. I know. Okay, we're gonna install these packages so that we can run it with the web, okay? So that's the React Native Web, the React DOM, and the Webpack that compiles it for us. I appreciate you, Katrin. You are so kind and so sweet. And I don't know, it's exciting. It's exciting. Oh, mister. You all are my brothers and sisters. That's all I get. Ayo. I go, Lazarus, give mommy a kiss. He goes, no, notice. I'm like, what? Why? And run. What? Whatever. So, Catherine, so, I was about to say SawCon. TwitchCon is going to be this upcoming October in Vegas. Okay. Kind of a mess. Better, though. Better. We have some issues with the paths. We're going to fix that right now, but it's working. That's SawCon, yeah. No, it's not what a great job. I meant TwitchCon, yeah. There's not a real SawCon. Listening all the kids. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We gotta be careful. No, it could be. We could make our own con and bring all of our socks. SawCon. Let's actually try one more time to run Android. I don't know what the issue was there. Better. Okay. Suck on these nuts. Well, because it's going to be in Vegas. And I know you Chinese folks. You love gambling. Yes, I mean you people too, Mr. Navad. That should work. Didn't resolve. Let's see why. Let's read why. None of those files exist. App CSS. Okay. No. Tease nuts. Let's put Texas hold. Tease nuts. Yeah, okay, so there's all kinds of this. Let's just go ahead and fix all those issues. See, this is what it's telling me. I'm positive. If you inspect element, you can see all these things. It doesn't know where anything's at. You only gamble with your life. Chinese folk. Mr. Nevada's people love to gamble. Reported many times. That's funny. Okay, let's fix some of these things. It's broken. It's like my heart, my achy breaky heart. Don't think you understand. Report no work. She works on stream. It's supposed to be enjoyable, and I am not enjoying myself. Okay, so I need that. What is the issue here? Did I not copy that over? Yes, I did. I did copy it over. We're gonna go one by one because that's fun. Okay, we are going to cd into React Native ES Demo and then code. See what the issue is here. It's what's really nice about Visual Studio Code is that it will point out to you why your code is bad and why you should feel bad. Not enough Korean people. And when there are, they only speak Korean. What's up with that? What the hell? It doesn't like that. Import app CSS. By the way, this is all called my deck. Okay, so we'll let me see. That should have worked okay. So Korean people speak Korean. I know, what assholes, right? What the hell? Hey, I know a Korean song. I can do Happy Birthday 생일 축하합니다. That's all on this. Yeah, this is all on my deck. This is all called my deck. I named it such. 생일 축하합니다. It's happy birthday to you. And then 딴 토끼야 어디든 가느냐. That's a very old kid song about a rabbit that we are trying to find. No K-pop songs. I don't know any K-pop songs. What else do we got? 싼 토끼 and 학교 전이 땡땡땡 어서 머리자. This is about the school bell ringing and to be careful because people are competing against you or something like that. Something to scare you into studying. Let's see if that works. Yes, that's pretty much all the songs I know. Because it's a kid's song. 어서 머리자. 선생님이 우리를 기다리십니다. I hope that I sang that right. Probably didn't. Alright, so each time, let's actually go here then to... Let's go inside the main app. Or the components. Go in the card, because that's where the issue's at. Types and card types. And then we need to change the image source. Host name. Madek. That's why. That's why. I'll change your inflection as if you're singing to adults. Hakyo. I don't know. I don't listen to enough jazz. Yeah, what do you mean, Woody? You mean from Toy Story? Okay, so the reason why I had to change the host name was because I had to launch it online. So let me just go remove this and see if that makes a difference. It does not make a difference. Why can't it read the app CSS though? See, that's a bigger issue. A man called Otto. Did it make you cry? Did you cry? Let's go ahead and take all the stuff that's here, throw it into the index CSS, okay? Might make it a little bit better. No. That didn't make it better. Okay, so we jumped the ship. We tried to go too fast, too furious. Just throwing all this in. Didn't work out the way I wanted it to. We're gonna have to go one by one. And one by one. To all these things in there. It doesn't even need this. Let's just get rid of that. I don't even know if I wrote that. Get rid of that right there. We don't need you. And we don't need you either. You don't cry. Of course you do. Everybody hurts. Okay, that just broke it. Unable to resolve. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna run it one more time. Open web. Okay, bitter. All right. So that should have gotten rid of a few errors. Good. Got rid of those. We don't need those. Now we're gonna go back into the card component. Okay. Well, yeah. But everybody cries. Everybody cries. Whether you show the tears or not. Now, config. We got that. Let's look. Each child should have a unique key. That's why. Okay. It wants us to have a key for each. I understand. Let's do that. Okay, we'll get rid of you. So these are all the children. This is what it's talking about. It wants me to give it a key. Oh, let's go ahead and do it then. Instead of ID, get all cards. We'll do get all cards. That's where get all cards. Okay. And in here, because we're creating all these new elements, we're going to give each one a key. Create element. Div. Let me see how we use create element within React to make a key. Create element React example. So there should be another parameter in here where we add the key. You have a Discord server. You should join. You should. That's funny. The props. The props is the second parameter. Okay, that's the card image for the image. I don't know if each one has to have one. I hope not. That'd be so frustrating. So color black. Key. There we go. Oi. So we'll do key. Let's just do card ID, and actually we have to use a template literal. You use the little pix $, and I believe that we have, let me just double check what we called it. So in the config, we gave each one a, so it's just the card name then. It should be enough. Yeah, each one has, so we'll do the card name. Name. Such a nice comment in the say something nice when ordering your proxies. Would you consider leaving us a Trustpilot review? Ooh. Let's continue providing great products, help others like you find us in a positive way. Customer service representative for Big Magic Card. Are you gonna do it? You gonna hook them up? Okay, so deck, card, image path. Deck. So my deck. Card. Name. That should be enough. Let me go ahead and add, I don't know if each key has to be, I hope it doesn't have to be unique. It probably does. Let's just see if that makes a difference, okay? Method of card. But let's make sure that those even came through. So this would be for the card image itself. So for the actual image, that's for the front. The key did not go through. Assets. Images. So we'll do... Those are still not going through either. What do I need? Gonna change. Gonna just keep going until we can get into it. So we're gonna go one out. Until it finds it. Do it. Do it. And tell them you did it. Say, hey, I helped. I helped y'all. I helped y'all give me things for free. The cards you're getting go, really? Wow. So you're gonna sell them? You're gonna sell them? You're gonna be like your people and sell Chinese knockoffs. I'm sorry. Good. I'm glad. Don't do that. It's bad. Ah, I think we need to go 2 out. No. 1 out then. Oh my goodness. 3 out? Don't sell Chinese knockoffs. I know you. I know you. Okay. It's a struggle. It's a struggle here. You could say that. It's true. 10. You know, especially if they look really good. If you told them the truth. My dad always says, if you're selling stuff that people might not want, just tell them the truth. Tell them what's messed up about it. And people are okay with it, you know? So card image. Yeah, this is not... Maybe it's because the image path. Maybe that's wrong. That's why. Huh. That's right. It's true. And they cannot complain because you were truthful. And then you would get really good reviews. It's important to have good reviews. Let's also, just to be sure, let me use incognito because it can cache whatever it was that we set up, even if we are doing something right, and then we waste a lot of time. Okay. Oh, let me see. Let's just keep changing it here, not there. I think it's still not rendering because of this unique key prop. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know you had an eBay. What do you sell? What kind of stuff do you sell? So let's just focus on giving this thing a prop then. Because everything else is just... It's freaking out. Not working. I think it just needs the card box. Card box. Flip card. Let's do that here. At least we're getting something different. Counter 2 children with the same key. Name. Okay, so it's better. Let's then... Magician. Do I have 2 magicians in here? Not good. Let me go grab a magician. There are 2 magicians. Silly me. 3 magicians. Okay, let's get rid of... No, you know what? Let's go ahead and add the number then. We'll just do the deck card name and then plus the number. Card. Hopefully that will just be it. See if that worked. And that did. Nice. But at the same time, had a unique key prop. Which div card app? I don't know if we have to give the children within the children different keys, but we probably do. So let's go ahead and do that too then. Okay, and then we'll call this one inner. Okay. So that should be unique also. Good. Flip card inner. We'll also do it here. Back. Okay. Here too. Front. Okay, better. So now we're not getting that error anymore. Everything that needed to have a key does, and they're unique. Now let's work on these assets. Okay, let me just go highlight this one. Until it can show up. Okay, so bear with me. Dot dot goes back. So right now we're within components and the deck directory. Because I'm doing this dynamically, it's a little challenging. So dot dot back, dot dot two dot dot backs, config JSON. So I might need 3 then. Let's. That didn't work. Willow Lily, hi my love. How are you? Oh, you know what? My bot is the wrong bot. Hi Willow Lily. I've missed you. How have you been? Let me change my bot to have one that has me. There we go. Okay. Like, why am my emotes not working? Willow Lily, what have you been doing? How have you been doing? Why have you been doing it? It's nice to see you always. Look, I show you something. I don't think you've seen this before. My Willow Lily. npm start. We are trying to ever so painfully put this this tarot website that I made a while back into a mobile app. Same old. I've been well. So look, this is with the tarot cards that I had gotten from a Kickstarter. And it's all randomized. If you hover over one, it flips. Yeah, so we're going to throw this into an app and deploy it. But converting it over so that it matches how React Native needs it to be set up is a little challenging. And that's okay. It's perseverance. We must persevere. So right now I'm just trying to get this image, it to pop up on this side of the fence. Thank you, my love. What have you been doing these days? What have you been doing? We've been seeing a lot of the Cyrus seal. He's really sweet. It's all one does is just continue to experiment. But it's just strange why it's not. Let me see. Import. Let's call it Empress. From. Okay. And put it in quotes. Let's just do old school, see if we can just grab one. I know, he's super sweet. You've been super tired. You do what you can when you can. I understand. I know, he's really sweet. Did you know his son is named Roku? I thought that he was joking. It's hilarious. I love it. Okay, and then assets. Okay, that's how it wants it to be. Images. It should just only require 2. And that's so funny. Ben wanted to name our son Merlin. I was honey, nope. Okay. It's way too nerdy. Aha. That's why. I get it now. I get my mistake. It's targeting the wrong item. Let's reconfirm what it was on GitHub so I don't mess it up. So this is here. If we cannot find the localhost name, assume then it is deployed. That's why. Oh, I appreciate the follow. Wah, wah, wee, wah, wah. What's a wah, wah, wee, wah, wah? It's actually Michi wah, wah, wee, wah, wah. What, from where do you come from? Yes. So we're gonna get into my GitHub. Oh, we have it over here. Wah wah wee wah wah. What brings you in It's nice to have you. Is it my poor code? Hold on. Virus. Cebu. And then I need my authentication. Ben says that's French for authentication. Authentication. So everything that you know that has a T-I-O-N, you just added a French accent and then you're speaking French. Like recognition. All right. This is me logging in to my GitHubbles. My GitHubble telescope. 230. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into my repositories. T-I-O-N. Tation. Everything is ta. And I called it Madec. It's Madec. It's bigger than yours. Madec. Going to the source, into the components, TSX, and it was, yes. So I'm saying, if we cannot find the host name, assume that it is deployed. And actually, I think I posted this online pages. Let's see. I did. So here, I'll throw this in here for you. This is deployed. If you want to jump on to and play with Madec, that is the linkies. Korean Nation. Yes. Yes. Not malware. That is my GitHub. And that is my deck. You can play with it. Did she tell you what happened? She was on LinkedIn. Got a link. She cricked it, yes. Cricked it and then it did bad things to her. It happens. LinkedIn's different though. LinkedIn we kind of trust. We're like, I was just people looking for other people that want to work for them, right? But give me just a second. Just a second. I have to use the restroom. Thank you. Sushi every day, please. Yes. Sushi is so good. I love sushi. Has evolved. I know. LinkedIn is a mess. Ugh. You go into all your little messages and you don't know if these are real people or bots, and so yes, it is a mess. What was I doing? I was fixing this. Yes. So that's what let me just make sure. Let me make sure. Yes, it is gonna soap. Percent of antibacterial. So actually, technically, soap is antibacterial. Why? As my teacher said a long time ago, because it pops the membranes of any sort of microorganisms that it's touching. So when they call it antibacterial, it is not necessarily true because it's supposed to simply just be antibacterial. She says it's all a facade. All of it. Okay, and then here, do that. Slash. That should work. Oh my goodness. Lies? Yeah. All people do is lie to us. That is incorrect. It is this. Fake news. Don't know. I know. Everybody's a liar. Everyone. All of us. It's killing me. I'm getting sad now. Why can't I access? Look, it says it's right there. This is. Oh. Ooh. JPEG. Can I just? I'll just put the image path right there then. Shoot. Okay. Cannot find asset images. It's not a module. It's a picture. Let's just put that directly. And then erase that. You erase it. Okay. What? Mess. Get rid of that too. Why can't I find it? What am I doing wrong? Is it because the styles aren't being computed? That could be why. Because I should be getting errors saying that I can't find it. But I'm not. So... let's see. Assets. Images. Oh. Cool. JPEG. Yeah, because of the strikes. I understand. Makes sense. Makes sense. They need more money. Give them more money. I can't get these images to pop up. I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I want to keep doing this for now. Nothing's working here. Nothing. But why? Why? Place that sells fake magic card ships from Hollywood too. Oh, we could just go to Hollywood. Even though it's kind of dirty. And I'd be smoking, but it always smells like smoke over there. Yeah, we can't move on from here unless we figure this part out. They're just gonna have to figure this part out. So annoying. Right, put that back. Okay, and then put the config, assets, images, magician. You want to people. It has so many peoples. Agreed. I agree with thee. Cannot read. Properties of undefined for each show card. So I guess it doesn't even see that it's there. Yeah, so again, these are some major differences that we are encountering. Card container. Let's go ahead then and actually give it a view instead of a div. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, and I called it app so that I could add styles to it, but instead of putting the styles there, let's go ahead and grab all this return card. It'd be weird to take a picture of Korean tourists in Hollywood with a giant camera strung around her neck. I don't know. Would it? I don't think so. Depends. Depends on you, you know? Are you the one being weird? Are you the weird? I think what the issue is that we're not seeing any of these styles here. That's not processing this. This is SAS. It could be why. Yeah, that's what I think is happening. So let's go for React Native. React Native SCSS. How to use SAS in React Native? Because I already did it. I don't want to do it again. Okay. React Native SAS transformer. Then we have to do all of these different configurations. Now, this is where we make a choice. Do we want to add all this? It sounds kind of like a lot. Or should we transform these into just a regular style variable that we can throw in here and apply? We're making everything dynamically, though. One of the worst feelings is buying something cool on Amazon and getting it, and it looks completely different. Not what you're expecting. Oh no. What did you buy? What happened? Oh wow, yeah, it is kind of hefty to... So what's gonna do is it's gonna convert it to JavaScript. Yeah, that just seems like too much. I probably shouldn't do all that. So we're just gonna go ahead and do old-fashioned styles. We're gonna apply it to each element, and even if they're created dynamically, it shouldn't be an issue. So, React Native styles. There may be some things that don't transfer over though. So we're gonna make a style sheet within, and it's gonna be something that will add into each card. Hopefully it processes correctly though. It might not, who knows? So we're gonna import style sheet from React Native. Temu, I know. So it's what's great about Temu is that people actually review, but they say that it takes forever for the product to get in. Like months sometimes, which makes sense, you know, because it's super cheap and there's not a big deal, but if you're willing to wait, maybe it's not so bad. Style sheet from React Native, not types. It should just be from React Native. Yeah. All from China. We have a new box. You put your valuable magic cards in. So poop, you have to go UPS and people's to return. Asi. Ayo. You can also have them pick it up. So we're gonna do const styles the way that they tell us to. Style sheets create. And then we're gonna convert what we have already by the name. Okay, so maybe a little. We'll start with rando. No, not rando. We got rid of that. Card container. Ooh. Oh, that's gonna be kind of, That's okay. First, pop it over. Card container. So add that there. Then everything also has to be... Never order from AliExpress. I haven't either. And then this has to be in quotes. Okay, and then we make our way down. So it might seem a little tedious, but I do think it's worth it. So that we do things the way that they understand, that other React Native devs understand. I don't know if they're okay. I don't know if React Native's okay with viewport height, this unit of, yeah, that unit, what was, you all probably used like pixels. But this takes a look at the size of the screen. So this would be this whole area right here is the viewport, and it's looking at the height. I don't know if that's okay. I don't know if React Native processes that properly, but we'll see. It'll break if it doesn't. So let's go ahead and put that card container here. Style, and then styles dot card container. Okay. Ooh. And let's make sure that that processes properly. That does. Yay! Okay, and then let's continue going down the line. So I'm actually going to open up this here so I can just put it side by side. It'd be a lot easier to copy and paste it over. So this is probably what we should have done in the beginning, is just go down each bit. And I just don't like to do that sometimes, you know. Now let me go here. And I'm going to open up a separate, and so we're going to go. So for the most part, when Visual Studio Code sees that you already have a directory open, if you do code and then you open that up, it'll just open up the window or focus in on the window that you have already open. So to work around is just to open another folder within. Oh yeah, when it's broken. And then when you've been waiting for so long for it. You're like, well, I'm too angry to do anything about it now. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, and so we have these both. We'll do them both side by side. Okay. So here we go. As for the card container, I'm going to go ahead and fix the spacing. Within the card container, I don't know if I can actually do... So this ampersand here, so this is the card container ID. This ampersand means when it has this class, so this period means class. It's not worth exchanging, no. You got to send it back, they don't make it easy. And so you're just like, you know what, forget it. But whenever they do have a class, and I hope this works out. Yeah, when it has that class, see, that's why this logic might not work well. You're bugging Amazon. Because then you give you a $5 promo. I heard that with all the things that most things that we return with Amazon, they throw away. Okay. Yeah. This should work, because we're adding and removing classes, so it should work. Nice. Nice. Yes. So how we're doing it? Yes, okay, that should be fine. Let me see if I can do style sheet create with class. Style sheet create with class names. Your best friend works at Walmart and scores you damage and syllables. Nice. Oh, it's fine. You can't use it anyway. Does it allow us to do that? I don't know if it allows us to do that. Create a JS import. Yes, but so what we're trying to do is we're trying to target the class name, because that's actually how I'm doing the animations. I know, that sounds... They're really hooking it up. That's amazing. Yeah, so this is different than... It would go in the trash. You are helping. You are. Ah. Styles element. Okay, I see what it's doing. So, given a certain condition, then we say that it has a certain style. Okay, let's try to think that through. We'll try to think that through. Okay, so the logic that we have currently in place is that when we click on the different buttons, it adds classes to these cards. So I'll show you an example here. So right now the class on this set of cards is spread 7. And that's where I define, how many cards are set out. And then all the cards within have certain properties, but that's what I'm trying to do when I click on spread 5. I see spread 5, so that we're dynamically changing the class, and that's where all the logic is concerned. And so now thinking this through as far as conditions are concerned, how are we going to add this? And that's logic I don't have in place yet. There's also food service out there now. You can buy Misfit products, misshapen fruits and veggies. That's a great idea. Where's this? I want to go. This one guy I know. Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? What brings you in? Hopefully it's all of the jibby jabby and not the bad code. Now, yeah, I don't know if I want to add, because these haven't been created yet. All these elements have not yet been created. They're created as we go, every time we push a button. But I'm this one guy I know. Where do we know each other from? Aw, mutual streamer. Do you know who this mutual streamer is? I'm happy about that. I appreciate that. It's nice when people come through because of someone we know. I like it. All right. So actually, spread cards 3. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use states in this then. Yeah. For the card container, we're going to use states. Handsome Jesse, who did? That's okay, that's okay. What about you, though? What do you do? Are you also a streamer? Yeah. So every time we do spread cards, we're going to change the state. This is also a function. So we're going to go ahead and look into functional component React Native states. Okay, we're using a state and a functional component. Okay, I don't want to use a class component, I want a functional. Okay, so we call it card. There we go, and then we're going to make it an arrow function. Const card. And then we're going to expose. Yes, so we're going to export it. You do. It's a very side thing. You just play games when, okay, yeah, me too. Just whenever I feel like it. How long have you been streaming for? And what sort of things do you stream? Let me see. Let me click on your face. Let me click on your face. I know. Just whenever we want. Let me see. Who is you? Who is you? Why is you? And now you know. This guy. There's this guy that would know. Spider-Man. I have Spider-Man. I haven't played it yet though. I heard it was really good. How do you like Spider-Man? What was I doing? Yes. So let's call this state Renaissance spread deck. Okay. And we'll just do spread. So we're gonna put in an array, spread, and set spread. Use state, so we're gonna start with the default of 3. And then we're gonna import use state from React. You say that because you see a lot taking it as a career. Right. They get stuck playing certain games, streaming all the time to hit certain quotas. It's true, it's true. It is true. It is unfortunate. But if that is their stream dream and they want to put in that kind of hustle, let's frickin' go. So now we're into something a little simpler, hopefully. So for the function spread cards, we're adding and taking away a class name. We're going to leave that for now, just so that we don't get too confused. But we're just simply going to change the state. So then I believe it is updating the state. I want to do it that way. Spread. And let me make sure I didn't name it the same kind. Okay. Wait, what? I'm doing some simulation for a long time. Until you got a new CPU and into it. Full flying and driving rig with the controls and a VR headset. That's cool. Simulation. We were just talking about stuff like that. Your best friend is stuck like that. Can't get out of from TPT. Oh no. You hate that game. Played that game when it first came out. 1 kill and there was no such thing as skill cards. It was kind of fun. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what's so interesting about, since we're on the topic, that when it comes to what it is that we want to do, anything, what we allow to hold us back is really what it is. What we allow. There was a time where a number of us, we didn't know exactly what we wanted out of stream. And then you can get caught up in those things with others' expectations. You don't like to promo, since you're asking. Could I put a cool clip or two? Of course, yes, please, go ahead. Yes, we already know each other. Of course, yeah. So let me see this set state. Spread. Didn't like that. It didn't wreck it. Set spread. That should work. Yeah. Dang, 11,000. Jeez. 16 hours every day. Ah, yes. Clips aren't allowed. Hold on. You can message me the clip and I can post it. Okay, and now for here. Now, depending on whatever the spread is, we're gonna go ahead and give it conditional transforms. And so this transform property here is just making it bigger or smaller. I'm using scale because when it's there are more cards, we want to see all of it. So let's see if that works like we want. Styles and container. But the condition will be the spread. Okay, so if the spread equals Spread equals 5. I don't know if I want to do it like this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I wonder if we can add this to style container. I don't know if it'll let me spread. Yeah. We might be able to. That's a little hacky. It's a little stupid. I don't like that. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see this one guy. Let me see the massage. Let me see the massage you sent. Okay. I'll go ahead and throw that in. That's for your IFR clearance simulation. It's funny that... where is it? And that is for your Tokyo Drift. Very nice. I appreciate you sharing. No problem, Mr. Navarro. Go get food. Oh, I know. Okay, so the way that I'm throwing in this is no good. Let us see. Let us see. So this is a variable within, so that's why I know it's not gonna accept putting in 507. You tried for an hour? What? You know it's hard to drift in? This Mario Kart. Or just Mario Kart. That's hard to drift. It's difficult. I can do a couple of conditionals. Yeah. So, spread. This is called a tertiary. If it's spread equals 5, spread styles, and then we'll add one spread. 5. Else styles spread 7. Okay, and it's angry right now because we don't have that in there. We're gonna go ahead and add it. So card container always. Okay, but we'll add spread 5 or 7. That's for making it bigger or smaller. So spread 5. Okay, transform, scale. And we have to put that in quotes. Oh, it doesn't like that. String not assignable. But why? Oh. Oh, we can't use scale in React Native? Oh no, that's gonna be an issue. That's gonna be an issue. Oi. Let's check. Let's check what the intranet says. So these are small little nuances that are that get in the way. Hi, Erebus! Using scale in React Native. We can use transforms. Okay, it needs to be within an array. Interesting. Okay, and then an object within an array. That makes sense. And okay, can do. Interesting. Spread 7. Something similar. Okay, so I'm glad that we can still use that. Jeez, that would have been a little bit challenging. And then 0.6. Erebus, thank you. How is your day so far? Or night? I don't like that. I did mean style. I don't like that. Put it in an array. And then let's give it, no matter what, has to have card container. Wait, there's something wrong here. What is the issue? Doesn't like that either. Maybe it has to be double brackets? No. Let's go take a look again at what that conditional style was trying to tell us exactly. Ah. So then we have to put it in an array. Okay. Let's do that then. Why is it angry here? Transform. Scale numbers not assignable to type properties. Filter is incompatible. Oh, you're so sweet, Willow Lily. You know, and I'm just, this is just being lost. And when that's just how you work through it. You know, you were just lost, and then you look into why, and yeah. So there's a lot of things that I know from web don't always transfer over, but I appreciate you. Shore Mars, hi. What is this? Okay, okay to whom? Was this the right chat that you were trying to okay in? I think it would be a little more chaotic, allowing people to be silent for radio and stuff. I'm talking about that game. I'm talking about the game that I don't know. Hey. And then you have to do it this way. Yeah, that makes sense. So if spread equals 5 and styles dot card container, does that like that? No, doesn't like that. Let me go look something else. So what we're doing right now is called conditional styling. We'll just do conditional styling React Native. Okay. I think one day we'll take over game dev. It depends. Not take over. It would just be another tool because we still need someone to conduct. But anything that's visual right now that takes creativity, not yet. Not yet. It's still people directing it. How come? What do you think? Manage the textures for accession. Made that journey. Yeah, I liken it to being afraid of the introduction of the internet. People were probably scared that things like libraries or books would go out of style, but we always need somebody to conduct. It just changes things. I appreciate you for the follow. You're good. New medication. New medication for what? Now it can't? You said no, it can't? Okay. You're confident? And what brings you in? Show Mars. Planning on saving it for your pilot's license. A pilot's license! How fun! And scary! Okay, so I think that what it's asking for is the default. So styles dot card container. See, it still just does. Why are you angry with me right there? Why? Because of justify content? Display flex? It's not assignable to property string. Why? Ah, Sean Mars, I appreciate the follow as well. You're so sweet. Get your own plane. That's super cool. That would be cool. They have what's called an octocopter. Have y'all seen that? Octocopter. Look. Look. It's like this little helicopter. You know, but people can fit like there's the octocopter. How much is it? It's like 50K or something like that. You just hop right in and take off. I don't know what it takes to get one of those, but you can get one. You can have one of your own. They say another way too to, you know, if you want to keep on flying, is to just make connections with folks who have a hangar. Try to offer them, if you don't have any money, you know, to have your own plane. Just say, hey, I'll keep it washed, I'll keep it maintained, I'll fill it up with gas. One of my former bosses was talking about how he was able to continue flying without like buying one because he didn't have that kind of money. 100K with a plane. So there's a company I worked for a while back. Oh my gosh, it was just for a trade show. We were in Pooler, Georgia. I forgot their name. Gulfstream. And they actually sell airplanes. Yeah, let me show you. I hopped into one. It's very expensive. Let me see. Which one? Is it Wholesome? I think it's this one. Nope.
What does Pitbull?
What?
Jigga jigga. Call the girl Bojangles.
It's a private plane, y'all.
The shitter.
Let me turn this up. That's right. $25 million, they said. You look just like Naruto. And
That's not Naruto?
Minato is Naruto's.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just stop it there. But yeah, they had the fuselages set up in these hangars and they're pretty cool. And what really wealthy folks do is they just send a pilot to help them pick out a plane. And those folks who are selling them, they get a lot of commission from it. So they weren't the funnest people to be around. They may have been a little cranky, but it makes sense because, you know, they have money to make and whatever. Yeah, it is a little pricey. Willy-nilly flying is so scary to me too, because you can't do anything. You know, like if you crash, then, or if you're going down, I don't know, turbulence. It's pretty nerve-wracking. So I try to bring a little bit of weed with me on the plane. And for most airlines, if you just ask, they'll give you wine, and they may forget to charge. Just don't remind them. Yeah, the landing and taking off because the plane's like chiki 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 chiki. Okay. What did I think I was doing? Converting things over, that's what I was doing. Sweet time. Trying to figure out why this thing doesn't work. Maybe it's because it doesn't like div. So let's turn into a view. Okay, maybe that's why. What's the time? And then we're gonna import view from React Native, I believe. View. Then that should be okay. Yep. Oh, that was the issue there. What's the time if anything does go wrong? 30 feet or higher in the big jets. Have at least an hour or two to glide to safety. Oh, you know what? That's very comforting. I appreciate that. I didn't think about it like that. All right. Now let's add some of the conditions, okay? So, this is the route. The route, what do you call, style, and we're going to either take away or add this different transform conditionally, depending on what spread we pick. Okay, but the 3-part spread should be default. Touch and invalid. Okay, that seems simple. Hopefully it takes. So then, comma, spread. Styles, spread 5. Else, styles, spread 7. That should work. Let's see if it does. There was this linguist YouTuber trying to make a big deal of the plane he was on, getting low on fuel. Oh no, crying, saying he almost died and stuff. No, it's not the case at all. The plane still had enough fuel for 2 hours, and then got extra 2 hours of gliding if needed. That's annoying. What a baby. One time you're flying to Florida. You had to make a water landing. Dang. Was it just in yourself when you touched down? Oh no. The crew was not amused. It's funny. That's hilarious though. That's scary though. Now, so this is a view, okay? And we have given it different, let's see if it takes. Right now it's at scale 8. Which means that it's at 7. Let's add one more conditional in here. Yeah, let's add one more. If it will take. Okay. But it's actually gonna get a little ugly. That should. Oh no. Yeah, he should. He shouldn't just make up stuff like that. It's not cool. Makes people look bad. You know? Water landing. Land at the airport. But the runway was wet. I say. But you still hit your face. You hit your face. So right now it's at spread 7. It's not exactly what we want. Yeah, I wonder if we can just do... Let's just do this. Because it has the number. Yeah, I think I can do this. So we'll do the word plus. Yeah, it doesn't like that either. This is being really hacky right now. It doesn't like any of this shit. Can we do this? What would make more sense? And also close that. What would make the most sense? We could just change the transform on the fly instead of giving it a styles property. We'll be training with actual water landings. Float planes are the big ones since we're in marshlands, kind of. Cargo stuff. Smaller communities. Oh, yeah. Very cool, very cool. Are you training now? Or you just want to start training? Yeah, you know what? Let's not concern ourselves with this right now because that logic is terrible. It's the worst logic in the whole world. We'll just go ahead and stick to the original conditional, and that is spread. It's spread equals 5. Then we want the styles spread 5. Or if spread equals 7, styles dot spread 7. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in a little bundle there. Or none. I didn't like that either. You have to save up that much just for the training? Jeez. It's too many monies. It's too many money. And then, or nothing. No? Nope. I don't like that. I don't like me trying to do that. We'll just do style spread 7. Styles spread 7. Okay, we'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there like that is fine. Yeah, I can't quite get there. Let me click on to make sure that it's actually making a difference. Let's see what those errors are. Cannot set property of null setting class name. Why? Just trying to set the class name of the card container and it cannot. Yeah, so we got a little bit more going on. Do 1 to 1. So that logic is no good. And that's alright. Let's get rid of that then. There's a lot of logic that goes into all of it though, so I think wouldn't be very smart if we did. Let's see if we can set class names. React Native, React Native. Change class name. I'm gonna do it. Like the second person in your family to be a pilot, that's cool. It was hard for a lot of you to get into stuff like that because you were poor. Oh, only in the 90s and 2000s did some of you start making it decent to get higher positions. You're doing great now. Some have their own companies. You're Native American, so the struggle was real. Oh, I understand. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you have it in your heart to want to be a pilot. How fun. How fun. And not allowing anything to hold you back. It's nice too when there's someone else in the family that we can look up to. That's good. Okay. Dynamically changing CSS classes. Boxes visible hidden. Okay. Alright. So that all that functionality, that function that we had written to add a class, that was a little too much. We could just simply, when the spread is set to 3 or 7, then set it. Problem here is that I want to read from the CSS, the Sass that we created. Try to get it done in a year or two because your great grandma's getting old. Oh, you want to take her to your mom on a flight before it's too late. 4 generations, how fun. How fun. Aww. Well, these are good things to aspire towards. I wish you all of the power that one can, and encouragement. These are really great aspirations. Whenever it's for someone else, especially for family, it makes it just a little bit easier to dream about. I appreciate you for sharing. That means a lot. Now, I'm getting a little close to everything, all the power, all of it. So I'm getting a little close to now having to leave to pick up the little man. And I see now some of the things I need to change up. There's no... It's not so simple as to just convert things from React to React Native, so there has to be a little more that goes into it. I do want to hop on again if I can. If my son is not too beachy, if he's able to take a little nap. But if not, I wish you all the best weekend. I'm gonna look for some bodies to raid. Let me see. Look for somebody. And we'll pray before we leave. Just give me a moment. You know who I have not actually gotten made time for is Gambit Etiquette. I'd like to actually, I know she's playing Horizon Forbidden West, one of my favorite games. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, your name looks familiar to me. Rain Dancer is probably Rain Dancer. Yeah. Just right. It's probably Rain Dancer, and who Willa Lily should know Rain Dancer too, I'm sure. That's Yeah, that's somebody that Cyrus had recommended when we rated out. Yeah. Now, before we go, I know I've talked about this before. I like to make a Jesus sandwich. So I'll show a little visual. This is one of my favorite prayers. It's Psalm 23. Let me hop in here. It's called "The Lord is My Shepherd." The little coins I like to give out. Yo. Little coins I like to give out. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Yo. It doesn't mean I don't want him as my shepherd. What it means is I shall not desire. I will have no desires because he fulfills each and every desire. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads us to the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. Now, we go attack Gambi. Very lovely woman here in LA as well. Aspiring actress. If you, well, go ahead and just do a spicy raid. Even if you don't have the sub, don't worry about it. These are all generic emojis. But I appreciate you all for being here. Call of Duty. Thank you. So we call the Call of Duty the Call of Booty. But you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.